I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I've been in my bag going crazy. I count up so much money lately. I count up so much that they hate me. Yeah, I make niggas mad cause they ain't me. Yeah, I've been in my bag going crazy. Bitch, I'm not.
First don't fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side when we ride, come equipped with game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust on bad boys, niggas fuck for life. Plus, Puffy tryna see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some more. I think a little higher. I think a little higher.
What's that? So you got back on another video. It's your boy PJ021. I was gonna say welcome back to my channel. Also, how you guys doing? And also, if you're feeling happy or sad, then my intent should bring you joy. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You post shit to all social media platforms. And also, don't forget to hit the post notification bell for future videos. And also, get the Pizzo Gang merchandise at teespring.com/PJ0gang. And I have a promo code too, welcome 25 in all caps and the number 25. You gotta get 2 items for that code to activate. So I know I'm a little late, like maybe like a month late, like on this topic. So like, cause I think the funeral passed already. Like there was this like all white like GTA style that he did for Takeoff. And I think there was a actual like in real life like funeral as well too. So I'm late as up. So yeah, so this is Quavo gets emotional talking about Takeoff passing exclusive interview. Alright, so let's check it out.
It's been over a week since rapper Takeoff passed away. While his family is still in mourning as they prepare for the funeral, many witnesses have opened up about what happened on that fateful night. In fact, a first responder sat for an interview and recounted how emotional Quavo got over the demise of Takeoff.
Why is this man talking like he's rapping? Like that's like what really happened on that night. Quavo and Takeoff was sitting coffee and looking at songs, lyrics, and whatnot. It says he's really like rapping while he's talking. So Drake at the Apollo will now be December. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Quavo gets emotional. On November 1st, 2022, rapper Takeoff lost his life after he...
Yo, that shit. You hear him say like, yo, on November 1st, 2022. Like the fuck?
was taken down at a bowling alley in Houston, Texas. Witnesses on the scene of the tragic incident shared videos and stories of what went down, and many of them talked about Quavo's reaction to Takeoff's demise. According to witnesses, Quavo broke down emotionally when he saw his nephew lying on the floor. When the news of Takeoff's passing hit the media, many witnesses claimed that Quavo was to blame for the incident.
Dude, that's crazy. I really thought that that like all three of them, like Quavo, Takeoff, and Offset, were all brothers. Like, I did not know that. I think they were. Cause they said that like Quavo is the uncle of Takeoff, and I don't know what Offset like relations is.
According to them, Quavo was playing a game of dice with the group of people they referred to as the Mob Ties. However, while Quavo was playing the game, Takeoff stood by and watched with another group of people. Sadly, Quavo seemed to have lost the game, and he got upset over it. Witnesses claimed that the incident began when Quavo started fighting back at his opponents. However, several days after the tragic incident, more reports came out about what really went down that led to the unfortunate event. Apparently, they had attended a private Halloween party on that fateful night, and just as they were about to leave the bowling alley and head for the strip club, a couple of guys began arguing with Quavo over basketball. The argument, however, escalated and tempers got high. In a video that was shared on social media, Quavo was seen arguing with these people, while Takeoff still stood by and watched while they argued. Quavo
Nah, it's all about basketball. Like when it comes to like you talking trash about like somebody's player, somebody's team, or like you never watched basketball a day of your life, and then you just come trolling and hating on like the person on basketball like in general. Like you're like niggas gonna fight over that, because like that was like the talk of it back in high school, back in middle school, like basketball this, basketball that, like what's going on with like the NBA, the playoffs, the final, like nigga, yo. You say one thing, son, they're gonna fight you over that.
seemed to be upset over the argument, and he didn't want to do anything drastic, so he said to his guys, "Let's go. I ain't doing like this before I hurt somebody, bro." He was seen walking away, and just a few seconds after he turned to leave, the sounds went off and Takeoff got hit. Immediately after this happened, rapper Quavo, who was in an orange shirt, immediately rushed on where Takeoff laid on the ground. Quavo and a couple of other guys tried to get him up and rush him to the hospital. Quavo was seen screaming and crying for help and asking people if they could help him. A woman who was present at the scene happened to be a nurse of agony immediately after the and saw people fleeing the venue. She quickly grabbed her medical equipment from her car and made her way to the scene. "I was scared, but I had to go. I could not have lived with myself if I knew I had the equipment to save his life, and I didn't," she explained to local news outlets. When she got there, she found Takeoff critically injured and too late to save him. She realized she couldn't conduct CPR to attempt to resuscitate him. "That would not be appropriate, especially with a wound," the nurse said. The nurse had to inform Quavo of the devastating news. According to the nurse, she couldn't pronounce him lifeless because she wasn't a doctor. She was barely a first responder, but
Yo, the person that's narrating this, like he's really trying to do like voiceovers, like that, as in like he can't just do a simple interview like with his regular voice. Like he needs to do like white girl voice, rapping voice, like seriously.
But she knew he was deceased from seeing his eyes fixated and rolled back. She was, however, forced to tell Quavo that Takeoff was deceased. According to her, it was Quavo's scream she had heard that made her rush to the scene. She had assumed the man screaming was the wounded person, but it was only when she got there that she realized it wasn't the screams of physical pain, but of emotional agony. "After I told him, he said, no, and I started crying," she recalled. "And he grabbed me and said, 'Please, please,' and I started bawling."
The uncle was very distraught. I mean, after I told him, he said, no. And I started crying, and he grew out. I was crying, and I'm like, typical nurse, I was beating myself up. I should have gone sooner. What if I would have been 5 minutes sooner?
Quavo has yet to speak publicly since the tragic incident happened. Takeoff funeral.
Zillow Home Loans can get
The vast of his family members have remained silent since the passing of Takeoff. The only member of his family who has shown any form of media presence is rapper Offset. Takeoff's funeral has, however, been arranged, and it is open to the public. It was announced that the rapper's funeral would be held on Friday, November 11th at 12 p.m. at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Free tickets are available to Georgia residents only, beginning November 8th at 2 p.m. via Ticketmaster. According to the press release, the memorial will have a strict no photo or video policy. The family of Takeoff also urged mourners and supporters to donate to the Rocket Foundation, a nonprofit working to prevent violence. Pastor Jesse Kearney III from New Mercies Christian Church in Lilburn was Takeoff's pastor while he was a child, has been confirmed to be one of the speakers, as he will give the eulogy at the service. When speaking about Takeoff, he said, "I plan to remember him as the young man I saw grow up in the church, who loved being with his family, who loved coming to worship, and in times when he made it to church with his busy schedule, he still came as just a regular worshiper," Kearney said. He was one who showed love to his fans while he was in church after church. Everyone allowed him to worship and just be a regular person. While there is currently no official guest list, Drake announced on Instagram stories that his Apollo Theater performance has been rescheduled for him to be able to attend the funeral. It was also announced that pop star Justin Bieber would be performing at Takeoff's funeral. Justin Bieber was featured in one of the Migos tracks, What You See, in 2021, and Looking for You. It is unknown who else will be performing or which celebrities will be attending. Quavo and Takeoff, Unc Phew project. Before the tragic incident happened, Quavo and Takeoff publicly announced that they were kicking off a rap duo under the name Unc Phew on May 28, 2022. They both shared a video of themselves via Instagram. The video showed a picture of them as kids, while they recreated the pose in a picture of them now. In the photo, Quavo and Takeoff were dressed in huge graphic t-shirts, baseball caps, and jewelry. Takeoff was seen stretching out the chain around his neck, while Quavo stood alongside him as he put out an upside down A, which is the Atlanta hand sign. The album, only built for infinity links, came after Unc Phew had released their single, Big Stunner. Quavo and Takeoff made their debut as Unc Phew in the Murder Beats produced banger, Hotel Lobby. Quavo and Takeoff addressed the breakup with the Migos and the status of the Unc Phew duo. "I just feel like we want to see our career as a duo," Quavo said, "because we came from a loyal family. We supposed to stick together. But sometimes, when it don't work out, it ain't meant to be. We just stand on loyalty. We stand on real deal loyalty," Quavo continued.
I just feel like we want to see our career as a duo, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we just came from a loyal family, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to stick together. And, you know, sometimes when it don't work out, it ain't meant to be, you know, so.
We always family now. Ain't nothing gonna change, so.
We just stand on loyalty, you know what I mean? We stand on real deal loyalty. And this ain't got nothing to do with no label, no paperwork, no QC, no nothing. This got something to do with the three brothers. And shit, that is what it is. Right now, we gonna be the duo till time tells.
Although Quavo and Takeoff were just kicking off their careers as a duo, they were ready to take a stance in the industry together. During an interview with Drink Champs, Takeoff spoke about how they were just getting started, but they had a lot coming for their fans.
Let me ask you, would you do a versus solo? No. I like that. God gonna
I do features though.
I like that. That was the
And we still got catalog to build. You know, we ain't done yet. We just, you know what I mean? We just not getting started.
I think the reason why like they decided to do like a duo, because like they seem like all set. Like he got Cardi B, he got his kids, he got his his whole family in general. And like they couldn't really like ask him like to come back like to do like a whole like trio again. So that's why like they were like, let's just do a duo where like we don't really have like relationship like situations. Like he had Sweetie, but then like that was like a short term. Like it didn't really last that long. So like he just was like, let's just do a duo. Like Offset got his family. And we'll be a duo, yeah.
So what's the next? Cause I got
you got music already for the next joint?
Come on, man. You know that.
Now we stay with Deluxe. So you got music that was supposed to be on this joint. Would it carry over? Or would you? Or you already got new music?
We was asking. We got
music though. We got stuff we thinking if we doing it on Deluxe, like putting on Deluxe, but we ain't came up with a decision yet.
Offset reacts. Offset is the only close relative to Takeoff, who has made some media presence since the tragic demise of his cousin. Although he has not officially spoken, he has taken some actions on his social media that have shown fans that the family is still grieving over the demise of Takeoff. Offset may have already broken off from the group, but he never stopped loving his cousin. The day after Takeoff passed away, Offset made his first public photo on social media. He changed his profile photo on Instagram to a picture of Takeoff smiling. He also changed the header and Avi on Twitter to a picture of Takeoff and a group picture of himself, Takeoff, and Quavo. Rapper Offset, who left the group, was set to release his solo album on November 11th, 2022. But that is very unlikely at this time, as Takeoff's funeral would be on that same day. So far, Offset is the only popular close relation to Takeoff that has made any public post since the tragedy. Quavo, Cardi B, and Saweetie have all stayed off social media since the tragic incident. Takeoff's label, Quality Control Music, released an official statement on Instagram after the rapper's tragic passing. It is with broken hearts and deep sadness that we mourn the loss of our beloved brother, Kershnik Kari Ball, known to the world as Takeoff. The statement reads, "Senseless violence and a stray bullet has taken another life from this world, and we are devastated. Please respect his family and friends as we all continue to process this monumental loss." Lil Baby reacts to Takeoff's passing. While rappers from the Quality Control label sent out their tributes on Takeoff's passing, one rapper remained silent. Quality Control rapper Lil Baby, known to keep the Migos in his bad books, eventually broke his silence on Takeoff's passing. Almost a week after the tragedy, Lil Baby tweeted, "I ain't think I would ever see no like this. Long live Takeoff." He also shared a reaction on his Instagram, where he posted a throwback photo of himself and Takeoff. He captioned it, "One of the coolest ever. No matter what, anytime we see each other, it's always I love you. I'm proud of you. I hate this for you, dog." Fans were shocked to see Lil Baby's message about Takeoff's passing, as the two rappers were never on good terms while Takeoff was alive. In 2020, the Migos had a right.
Nah, it don't even matter. Some like even though like two rappers got beef, some like if one passes away, some like that beef is squashed. Like says that beef is no more.
In with their record label Quality Control, and as a group they came together to sue the record label for trying to profit off them and causing them to lose millions of dollars. When the news of the lawsuit hit the media, Quality Control's CEO Pierre P. Thomas reacted to the allegations via social media, where he tweeted saying, "It is unfortunate that the same people that we have worked hard for, provided opportunities for, and championed for are now alleging that we have participated in any kind of immoral or unfair business practices or took advantage of them."
He really about to read like this whole paragraph. Like that's like, alright, let's just read it.
Their careers, especially while we are dealing with the death of an artist on our label that was dear to us. Pierre concluded his tweets by saying, "I will not stand by and let Quality Control Music's reputation and everything we have built and sacrificed be tarnished by allegations of unfair and unjust business practices." Now, while Pierre and the entire record label felt defenseless against the Migos' legal action, one of the record label's artists, Lil Baby, was forced to swing into action to stand for his label. The 4PF goons picked prey, and Takeoff fell into their trap. Lil Baby allegedly set up his 4PF crew to attack the Migos, but they could only lay their hands on Takeoff. While at a restaurant in Atlanta, members of Lil Baby's 4PF crew attacked Takeoff and beat him up. While not many videos of the incident were seen online, the relationship between Lil Baby and the Migos became strained.
By Friday. Now let's
So this man also, I mean, what's his name? Yeah. This man, Lil Baby, had goons like beat up Offset, but then once he passed, I mean, what I said it before, like I'll still keep it into effect, but it's just like it's not like I'm about to say something that he helped somehow like by having his goons beat on Takeoff. And then him Takeoff getting shot was like a plus one. No, let me stop. Like that's let me stop. So
head over to the
let me stop because I'm about to say something. Alright, so this was Quavo gets emotional talking about Takeoff passing exclusive interview. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, repost these shit to all social media platforms. And also, don't forget to hit the post notification bell for future videos. And it's your boy P, JJ21 signing off, and your peace again.
Bitches, we keep on